get out from Romania to the occidental
to the west.
west, because it was also closed because the Russian closed all
The borders,
the
las
borders
fronteras.
from 6 countries: Romanian,
Bulgaria.
Hungary, Bulgaria, Poland no, Czechia no, and Lithuania, Estonia,
Latvia.
and Ukraine also. Then
So you couldn't travel.
your
Grandmother.
and me was adopted to a people. They don't have
It was a fake adoption.
kids.
Alright.
And then they adopt.
How did you get adopted? How did you meet these people?
No, that was legal. All was
Yeah, I
legal.
understand, but how did you do that? How did they?
This is the only reason that we can go out from.
I understand, but how did you
Romania.
know to find them, or they to find you to adopt you?
No, we find, my mother find this, the people that don't have kids, they have right to adopt, they was older people.
From Poland.
From Poland, yes. And we was adopted in 1947, and we have Poland citizen. And the Polish citizen go out from Romania like Polish citizen, free.
Yeah.
You had the right to
Then
travel.
we adopted, we have the same right to go out from Romania to Poland.
Yeah.
Then we arrived to Poland with a train that was only Poland citizen.
So
They
one
go
second, when you traveled, it was just you and my mother, or there was
Yes.
so you didn't even know that family?
No, more people that no
What about Bella?
family.
Huh?
What about Bella? She wasn't born?
Yeah, Bella was born. So why Bella not?
No, Bella no.
Why?
Because
So you're still
Bella
little.
was little. Yeah.
And how did your mother tell you you're being adopted? How did that happen?
No.
She explained to you that.
Did they meet up
No,
after?
I was 18, 90 years old. 18.
¿Y Luba?
So they meet up each
You
other.
were
Did
3
they meet up
years
with their
more.
mother after?
Yeah, but it was
Just to
legally
get out, I
done,
know,
but
I
it was to
know.
get out. But so how did your mother tell you you're being adopted? She explained to you it was to get you out of the
No,
country.
yes, we know that it's legally, but no
Not real.
real, you know.
Para salvar los hijos.
But this is a small history. This is not to know to go. We try to stay in Czech Republic.
That's where Zadie's
To
from.
not to go to Poland, only to arrive to Praga.
Why did you want to stay there?
Praga is a
Nice.
center to go different countries, and we have also in mind to arrive to Colombia. Yes, because my father have a brother that lives here in Colombia.
Alberto.
He sent us documents, and we arrive from Praga. We stay like 8 months and wait for visa
Where did you
and
stay?
passport in hotel. Then
Wait a second.
before-
Fuimos a Praga hace 3 años y Misha reconoció
Wow.
dónde vivía.
Wow.
What?
They went to Prague 3 years ago and they found the place where they
Wow.
live for a
3
council
años,
hotel.
no, y tampoco, yo no viví en un solo lugar.
Ah,
Yo
pero
también.
usted me mostró.
Bueno,
Where did
2
you stay?
años, sí, bueno. Then we have little problem on the way, because we try to go out from the train, but the train have a military
Security.
that make ¿cómo se dice?
Problem.
Nos
They were
cuidaron.
watching.
And then we tried twice to stay in Czech Republic, but we can
Couldn't stay.
no podemos lograr. We don't
They were not able to stay.
able to stay. Then we arrived to Poland.
We're in
And
Poland.
from Poland, when we arrived,
We're in Poland, Warsaw.
I don't remember the station that we arrived, but we have the right to take train during, I don't know which, to go to other cities. First city we go Warsaw, the capital of Poland. We stay 2 weeks in hotel because Warsaw was very damaged by
The
the
Nazis destroyed the city.
second war. And after then we go to Krakow. We stay in Krakow six weeks.
I was in Krakow.
About 6
Nice.
weeks in like a center, immigration center. And then we know that in Breslau, this is Niederschlesien, we go to
Why did you go there?
Wrocław by train. No?
Why did you go to Breslau?
Because in Krakow we don't find how to live, no place, no apartment, no nothing. But in Breslau, yes, we have.
And did you ever meet that family that adopted you?
No.
No.
I see only a little during the train go to Poland. Never see about. They go to Szczecin, another place.
Yeah, Czech.
They live in Szczecin.
Wow.
But I don't know, now they don't live. Old people,
Did your parents pay them?
I don't know, I don't know. Maybe yes, a little.
And they were going? They were.
No, the Jewish people.
Did your name also change Stark?
I changed from Stark to Rosenberg with in the notary.
But it used to be Stark.
I can be Stark also, but I'm Rosenberg, only Rosenberg, Rosenbaum. This is
El papá de él no quiso.
the real name.
So how many languages do you speak?
Russian also, Romanian, Yiddish,
Hebrew?
Hebrew, a little like Italian.
Romanian.
In
Sí.
Italian is very
Romanian.
similar.
Polish?
No? Polish, I understand.
Germany?
I was in Poland,
German.
you know. I was from October to April. When
¿Qué
your
historia
grandmother,
de
Yeah.
she,
it's not that long.
she married to your grandfather.
So how did that happen? You got to Breslau, and then what happened?
And then I begin to find what to do with
To work.
the soap.
soap.
Yes. And then I would go to some factory. They have very little factory from soap factory, but they don't have material. They receive only very little tallow to make
Right, raw
soap,
materials.
raw materials, and they pay me for kilo. And they
So, but you were already making soap in Breslau?
yes, I make soap in Breslau. I make soap also in Chernobyl.
So you already worked in with your father in
Yes,
in
I
Germany.
in between 41 to 44 in Chernobyl, we live in Chernobyl. I learned to make soap.
That's before the Russians came.
Yes, 40, the Russian came in 40,
Oh yeah.
and they go out in 41. Then they came
Back.
in 44 in March, and we stay to September, from March to September in Chernobyl, and we live Chernobyl with your mother. We go to, in between one night, we go through the border between Russia and Romania. I make soap.
What were you doing in Russia?
I learn in school.
In Russia.
Yes.
In what place? In
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl is in Russia.
Uruguay también.
So you went across the border.
Yes, to go to
school.
Romania because we saw that close Russian, we can go out from Russia.
How far is Chernobyl from Yelenitz?
Because depend the car. You go by car or by bus. It's about 4 hours. Now I think it's less because.
So I understand you went to school.
Better
Roads.
But you lived in Yelenitz, but you went to school in Chernobyl.
Chernobyl also. I make.
So you didn't come home.
The primary.
Uh-huh. So when did you come home? Not every day.
No, Moscow.
If you live in
vivía?
Yelenitz,
I live in Yedenitz.
but you went to school in Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
So how often did you go home?
Vivía donde la tía Lisa, ¿no?
I live, no.
¿No?
No. I live in some place we pay for a room.
And my mother also at the same time.
She was also in this same place.
So when you get
And the school was closed.
uh-huh.
This is a commercial school. I begin with commercial in 39.
And when you get to
40.
when
Then came the Russian. I changed the Russian school. Bachillerato. Bachillerato
High school.
en primer año, 39-40 y de 40-41. Cuando salieron los rusos, porque la guerra de Alemania.
Oiga esa historia en español. Usted se la traduce.
Entonces, en el año 41 no se puede estudiar nada. Yo iba a ser bar mitzvah. Entonces me contrataron un profesor.
he was supposed to be bar mitzvah in 1941 when the Russians came, and then his father hired a teacher, but then the Russians came in.
Entre 41 julio hasta 44 marzo, el profesor me daba clase para seguir con los estudios y clase en hibrid y me enseñó.
So he had a teacher from 1941 to
Pero eso fue
1943.
todo
Pero no hizo bar mitzvah.
y poder rezar.
So he taught him how to put on tefillin, how to daven, how to read Hebrew.
Yeah.
Pero no hizo bar mitzvah.
No celebró, no hizo fiesta. Sí.
No hubo
No.
ceremonia.
No
Pero
hubo,
es bar mitzvah. entonces.
no hubo sinagoga.
No hubo el templo.
Sinagoga hubo, pero no se podía reunir.
Yeah. So
No
they
sé
couldn't
por
go to
qué.
shul because the communists, the Russians, didn't let
Yo
them
no
go
sé
to shul.
por qué no, o tal vez había alguna sinagoga, pero
No, ellos no dejaban.
nadie
Los
iba a
rusos no dejaban.
sinagoga.
So when you got to Breslov, you
Yeah.
started selling soap to
No, to making some.
making soap, and you were selling.
No,
you
I
were
don't
working
say
for
no. This was
You made for them.
for them. They only pay for kilo. Each kilo they pay. And this was that we have to buy food.
And my mother was with you.
Yes.
And what was my mother doing?
Nothing.
She wasn't so. She didn't sew
No,
in Chernobyl.
I
She was
don't-
sewing.
In Chernobyl,
So-
she make
Yeah.
Cosía.
Pues yeah.
no suéteres.
Sí, por
Sí.
eso
Pero
tejía.
no tejía.
Con
Cosía.
dos
Sí,
agujas.
Tejía.
My mother was knitting when she was in Chernobyl, but when my uncle supported my mother when they went to Breslov, because he was already making soap
Ellos
for this
fueron
company.
siempre muy unidos, ellos dos.
And then how did my mother meet my father?
Se conocieron, pues.
¿Cómo?
Pero ¿cómo?
No sé, los presentaron. Una pareja que mi hermana los conoció en Breslau. Me conoció una pareja, yo me acuerdo de ellos, pero no recuerdo el nombre. Le presentaron y empezaron a salir, y llegó un momento a casarse. Y había el matrimonio, yo fui el único representante de la familia para el matrimonio.
Pero sus padres sabían que se casaban.
Sí, les avisamos.
Que se comunicaban
se
con carta.
escribían por
Telegrama.
carta, por teléfono no
Telegrama.
fue fácil, no hubo cómo.
And you were at the wedding. Where was the wedding?
En una
There's
casa.
There's a picture of that. There's a room and there's a long table.
Sí.
And I should send you the picture.
¿Y usted dónde saca esa?
Saben que
Esa
yo no
foto
me
está.
acuerdo de fotografía.
¿Y quién los casó? ¿Había un rabino o quién los casó? No se
Sí,
acuerda.
había como alguien de la vida. Creo, pues, no
There is a
recuerdo.
picture of
Me queda muy poco recuerdo cómo fue la ceremonia o pues una ceremonia.
Le tengo que mandar esa foto. There is a picture in an apartment, in a living room, a long table with a bunch of people, and that was there.
Sí, así estaba sentado. Se hacía
Larga. Una mesa larga.
una mesa larga.
Y de la familia Yusik tampoco había nadie.
No, él no tenía.
No había quien.
Ah,
So then after they got married, so you continue working for them.
No, when they married, I lived 2 days and they go to Czech Republic.
They went.
I
You went.
ellos se quedaron en
I
Colombia.
went to
They
Czech.
stayed there like for 2
They
years, I think.
stay more 3 months and then after they also go to Czech.
And what did you do in Prague?
In Prague, I work something like Mendel Knoll. I work with him.
Mire, su tío tiene un crédito. Yo le voy a decir. Él nunca ha podido quedarse tranquilo. Y le doy un crédito ahora, después de vender la fábrica de jabones Elefante. Como él empezó a hacer ahora un negocio, claro que Isaac está muy metido, pero todo el crédito se lo debemos a él. Él volvió a hacer un imperio mejor que Lefertes. ¿A qué edad, Eli? ¿A qué edad? Todo ese crédito se debe a él. Y le voy a repetir otra cosa. Él tiene las raíces del papá de él porque Yedisá llegó a Colombia a los 52 años, sin 5, y abrió un negocio.
Y incluyó a todos.
Y metió a todos.
No, ya estaban metidos anteriormente en Eden.
Sí, pero en Colombia, su papá no tenía.
otra
Pero
vez,
se hizo
sí.
responsable también.
Sí.
No, todos ya eran ya mayores adultos.
Sí.
No era para...
Eso fue una belleza.
Todos sabían hacer jabón. Ya todos.
Sí, Misha, pero tu papá fue el que...
Mi papá no hacía jabón. Todo lo que no hacía el jabón.
Él trataba de...
Él era
más
el manager.
El manager, el refería, el que...
La letra que tenía él.
Sí.
Yo tengo, creo por allá, Misha tiene una caligrafía, unos números, una persona.
So do you understand a little bit of the story?
Oh, the rest, yeah. When he started speaking Spanish.
Yeah, so they went to the city called Breslov.
I know.
And but not Breslov like the of Nachman of Breslov. It's a different Breslov. And he started. He went there with my mom, and he was making soap because he knew from his home in Yedenitz with his father.
The name is Wrocław.
Wrocław.
in Germany is Breslau.
So he knew he was making soap and selling for this, small company, and my mother was with him, and they, a couple introduced my mother to my father, and he was the only one at their wedding. Her parents were not there because her parents were in Romania. They couldn't get out.
So
They
sad.
got out because they were adopted.
¿Cuándo conocieron?
I represent the
Oigan,
parents in
Micha,
Israel.
¿cuándo conoció tu papá y tu mamá?
So sad.
Yo sé.
That's
¿En
the
Bogotá?
war. That's
No, señora, en República Checa.
Ay, ¿tu papá y tu mamá fueron allá?
So none of the
Otra
parents-
Oiga, esta es
Otra
historia.
historia, un momentico. de todo. My father and my mother and Bella arrived to Republic Checo. They have to go to Italy to receive the Colombian visa. They stay in Republic Checo.
from Italy. They went to Czech.
No, from Bucharest to Prague. They stay in Prague for a few weeks, and Luba and Josie come to the border from Poland, and it was a small town divided in two, Poland and Czech, with a bridge. The bridge, a small bridge, they have a little river go under, and I think they don't go, or they go to across to meet your father.
Because they couldn't.
You never heard
They
this?
couldn't.
No.
Why did they ever tell you?
They don't know. They stay one
Why
day
didn't they go across?
from one side.
Yeah, why didn't they go?
¿Por qué no pudieron pasar el puente?
No, I think they go across the bridge to stay in the same place with them. Eso
Well,
lo
you were
que-
used.
Why didn't they ever
Yeah.
tell you this?
There's a lot of stories
and
that
after
if you don't ask it.
3 weeks, 3 months or 4 months, I don't remember exactly, they sell the father have
A store.
a store, he sell the store, and they go
To Paris.
Prague also, and we stay together in Prague. And then they live also to Paris.
Did you go to Paris also?
Yeah, I go to Paris. They go one day before, and I go.
They were like
later.
6 months there, no?
No, in Prague 3 months.
No, in Paris.
Paris, less 3 months. And then we
Marseille.
take, no, Marseille, no, Antwerp. Belgium.
Antwerp, yeah.
Yeah, Antwerp.
My parents also left from Antwerp.
See, we take us the same.
Did you? I didn't know that.
One vessel
Yeah, to Buenaventura.
to Buenaventura.
En
I
un
thought
barco de carga.
De carga
I
with, con camarotes para hombre y mujer.
I thought you
Y
were
la
from
única
Marseille.
mujer en el barco.
Era mi mamá.
Sí.
Y estaba embarazada.
Y
She was
estaba
pregnant with my
embarazada,
sister.
y estaba vomitando.
Vomitando. They went from
Y-
Paris to
Y
Antwerp
éramos
in Belgium,
3
which is a port.
hombres, un holandés, muchacho joven, 18 años, 19 años, y nosotros 2.
So in Antwerp, they got in a cargo boat to go to Colombia because my
You guys took a boat here?
not to
No.
Bogota, but there's a port in south near Cali.
Oh.
So it was a cargo ship. My mother was already pregnant, so she was very.
Wait, what was that place that we passed by on the way here?
Cartagena.
Cartagena.
So my uncle had an uncle who came here before the war. So because he came, so the family decided to come to Colombia. And what year did Tio Alberto come here? 36, 33?
No,
Is Cali short for something or just
20
named
y
Cali?
algo.
En el 28,
Wow.
soltero.
O
Una
antes,
locura.
no sé exactamente si
Y él
era
viene a buscar
27 o
tesoros, aventuras.
Era
Mochilero.
Sí, mochilando.
Wow.
Buen mozo. Buen mozo.
Joven, se aventuró.
Increíble. Sí, un aventurero. Increíble. Did you know your grandparents?
Yes.
So who were
Silvia y
you
Meyer.
knew them?
Mañana ves las
Right, Mayor. I'm sorry, right? Mayor and Sylvia are from
Sylvia.
your father, and from your
Yeah.
mother. Did you know her
No.
parents?
I have the name
From her
for my mother's father.
right?
In Luba from the mother. We don't know
I remember
they-
Mayor.
Ay, divina.
Yo me acuerdo de Mayor, delgadito, con su
los padres de mi mamá murieron muy jóvenes.
muy jóvenes.
Y el hermano, usted sí
Enferma.
conoció al hermano.
Y el hermano, el único que tenía mi mamá, se llamaba Moisés. Era muy querido, muy querido.
And he lived in your town in Yedenitz?
Y también tenía negocio con mi papá.
A todo el mundo le
Hasta
ayudaba.
que llegó el año 40.
But you,
Todo hasta que llegaron los rusos a ocupar Besarabia y
but your
Chernobyl.
parents born in Russia, no?
No,
or in Romania?
No,
In Romania?
Besarabia was Russia, exacto. Besarabia,
Was part of
que
Russia.
ahora es República de Moldavia,
Mhm.
es ruso.
Right, so you knew Mayor.
Pero
and
después
Sylvia.
le dieron, se apropió Rumanía de Besarabia hasta el año 40, cuando Hitler con Stalin hicieron el pacto.
Pacto y lo vivía.
Entonces se quedó otra vez Rusia con Besarabia y nos dejaron.
Mire,
Ahí quedamos.
la hija de Matilde, de Raquel,
Sí,
vino
sí.
y su tío habló más de 3 horas. Y yo creo que a ti eso te va a interesar.
Sí,
mucho.
ella contó un poquito, pero hay que hablar con ella otra vez. Ella trajo
Mire,
fotos.
Es que y ellos querían que yo fuera a Yedenitz.
Ujú.
Necesitaba 4 visas para ir con el plan que ellos tenían. Schengen, Rumania, República Moldavia y Ucrania. Imagínense.
A Schlepp.
Sacar 4 visas, eso no era para mí. Y yo no quería hacer toda esta vuelta porque para mí era, si voy,
Yedenitz.
por mucho paro en República de Moldavia y regreso otra vez a Occidente.
Because había un artículo, no me acuerdo cómo se acordó de esto, había un señor Reutemann en Yedenitz. Fue allá un turista a Yedenitz a buscar y él les mostró, hay fotos de la fábrica de...
Sí,
Sí.
ahí donde vino Raquel.
Él les mostró esa foto.
Con esto ella hizo contacto, a mí me llegó correo electrónico y este señor estaba buscando sus ancestros, entonces dijo que ellos vivían frente a la fábrica de jabón de los Rosenberg.
Y ellos son Reutemann,
No,
¿No será?
no es Reutemann, es otro nombre.
que ese Reutemann era el que viajó.
Es otro...
Un hermano de ellos, no sé qué.
No, qué hermano.
No, el señor de Nueva York que usted habló con él en Yiddish.
Ese no era de Nueva York.
¿No?
No, yo hablé con un señor de Yedenitz directamente, lo llamé por teléfono y le pedí que me diga ellos, yo hablé después con la señora porque él estaba como no como, le dije, mire, dígame, usted conoce bien, yo quería saber si esta casa que está frente a la alcaldía, primaria se llama en rumano, si existe allá una casa, no me puedo decir. Ellos realmente se fueron de Yedenitz cuando empezó la guerra y estaban en sur de Rusia, en Georgia, en esas repúblicas que están en el sur, asiáticas.
Sí.
Y después ella estuvo en Almata. Y regresaron allí después. O sea, no conocía muchos de ellos. Eran originarios, no sé cómo. Yo todavía tengo los teléfonos apuntados.
Sí.
En todo caso, no me dieron mucha información.
Sí.
Y yo dije, yo tengo que ir con mis ojos.
Sí.
Pero
Tu mamá
yo no,
nunca quiso.
pero yo no tengo quien.
Nunca tenía deseos de ir.
No
Nunca.
tenía quien me acompañe.
Yo lo acompaño.
Bueno, pero
Una
consigue
visa.
el pasaporte estadounidense.
Sí. ¿Colombiano sirve?
No sé.
No.
¿Para Rumania?
No sé.
Seguro,
Porque
¿no?
tiene que pedir visa. Como yo.
Saco visa, yo estuve en
Pero
Polonia,
un
estuve
momentico, ¿y por qué no saca un pasaporte?
estoy en el proceso.
Saca
de
de
meses
Estados
basta.
Unidos.
En
Usted
un par de
puede,
meses va a estar.
saca eso, no necesita ninguna visa. Va por todas partes sin visa.
Y seguro.
¿Tú sabes ir sin visa? A mí me toca.
Es que yo soy muy patriota. Mis
Exacto.
hermanas ya son americanas, yo
Y
soy...
mis hijos. Y mis hijos.
Solamente les hago
Usted
broma.
saca pasaporte estadounidense
Sí, en un par de meses.
y es mucho más fácil viajar.
Solamente a Corea del Norte no se puede ir.
Bueno,
No se te perdió nada ya.
sí.
En todo caso, Misha habló, está Felisa. Felisa,
Sí.
todo lo grabaron
Sí.
y le tomaron película.
Sí.
Vamos a ver
Y
qué es
vamos
lo
a
que
ver
va
qué
salir
sale de todo ese
de
cuento.
todo esto.
Pero tu mamá
Nunca tenía deseos de ir.
nunca le hubo
No, yo ni pensaba ir tampoco.
Yo estuve con mi papá en su pueblo natal. Y encontramos la casa de él.
Ustedes sí fueron a
con mi
Polonia.
papá, sí. En el 91.
Pero Liuba nunca
Y
quiso.
no, ya.
Liuba te...
Mi papá tampoco quería ir. Pero al final dijo, vamos. Y fuimos, Clara y yo fuimos con él. Fue un viaje muy
pesado.
pesado, pero muy interesante.
Y después Raquel le dijo a Misha que él no es para ir a ese lugar, que muy pesado el viaje.
Sí, no
Es
es un fácil
pesado, no es tanto pesado. Hay gente que hace las cosas pesadas. No
viaje.
sabe.
Depende cómo uno va.
Yo no voy,
No,
Usted no va.
no es
usted
interesante.
a mí no me interesa,
Ni la llevo.
no me interesa.
Para que vean.
Ni la llevo.
Yo no me interesa.
Gotcha.